Hello and very warm welcome everyone, it's Marta here. Welcome back. I'm super excited for today's video because we're gonna be making pyramid card. It's such a fun and fabulous design because the card is very dimensional, yet it's folding flat and you can post it by envelope. I've added a little bit extra work and I put the measurement on the screen so you can see what I'm doing, but I also give you the measurements in metric and in inches, so whatever system you follow, you'll be able to find your measurements. I've started to create my own card base, which you could see on the minute ago, and now I am cutting two panels. They are either 11 centimeters wide or 4 inches, and the length is just the wideness of the A4 size card. Then I will need two smaller ones, which are 9 by 21 centimeter or 3 1/4 by 8 1/4 inch size, and the largest one either 18 centimeters or 6 3/4 inch wide. For this larger one, I will be scoring it, and if you follow the centimeters, that will be 1, 3.5, 9.5, and 12 centimeters. So you just put it the measurement at 18 centimeters and you score it as follow. And if it's gonna be 6 3/4 inch, you will then score it on 1/4, 1 1/4, 3.5, and 4 inches. For those middle size panel, which are 11 centimeters wide, you will score them at 1, 3.5, 7.5, and 10 centimeters. And if it's in inches, that will be 4-inch wide panel, two of them, and you score them at 1/4, 1 1/4, 2 3/4, and 3 3/4. The last will be the smallest two panels, which are 9 centimeters wide, and you will score them both at 1, 3.5, 5.5, and 8 centimeters. And if it's in inches, that's 3 1/4 inch panel, and you will score them at 1/4, 1 1/4, 2 and 3 inches. And once you will have all those panels, we will use them up to build our pyramid. It takes a little bit time to cut it all, but oh my goodness, it's absolutely worth it. And the design is just stunning and I love it. And I think I'll be using it over and over again. And I'll probably come up with different version of this card. So I'll be changing the increments and see if I could experiment a little bit. So once I have all these panels scored, I am folding and creasing those score lines, and the widest one should come as the rectangle. You can glue by this little flap, and then all the other ones, they will have like a C letter shape, and they will be glued to the side of this largest panel. You could do separate rectangles and glue them all together, but for the purpose of folding card, I think it's easier if you have less paper on the side walls, because this way the card is folding nicely. The paper I'm using here, it's 190 GSM, so it's fairly thick, but it's not the thickest one. It's not like 250 GSM. I purposely choose lighter paper so the card will fold nicer, but if you only have 250 GSM, that will work fine as well. Just remember to crease it properly, and once you glue your card, you can then just bend it back and forth to the both sides just to help it, fold nicer. I've put all these panels together and I've marked myself those crosses on the pieces which will go up front. This is a huge help, so you're not gonna add the decorative strip to the back side. Now I have this piece of the decorative paper. This is a digital print from Art Story Company, because this card is actually my inspiration, which I did as a part of their design team. So I'm using their paper, but you can use whatever you like. This card design will be fabulous to use up all this like inch size paper leftovers which you may have, because they're not necessarily all need to be in the same color. They could be a different, like a rainbow color or something else. It's so many different ideas you can create the card. My strips, they are like slightly less than 2.5 centimeter or 1 inch wide, and then I just trim them a little bit on the length, so I will have this nice white border to go around. Now I'm taking all these pieces, and you can see I have this X marks on each one of them. So this one indicates the piece which will go up front. So I will have two of the left, right panel. It doesn't really matter, because if you glue it on the wrong side, you can then just turn it upside down and you'll be good to go. I just did it, so I'm not gonna make a mistake. It's just for the purpose of my video. I'm adding the liquid adhesive because it's easier for this paper strip to move around, and then I could add it to the panel. And once I will have all the panels dressed up, we're gonna be starting to put our card together. It really took me no time to put this card. However, I do think that this is one of those WOWZER card. If recipient will take it out from the envelope and it will unfold, it just gave this nice wow effect. The idea behind the card, however, is that over the past week we had a very grayish, gloomy sky. It was a little bit colder, the temperature has dropped, so I thought like I would like to go on some nice adventure. So I've created this card which is inspired by travel theme, but you could dress it up for any occasion you like. By the way, my friends, if you're watching, let's play a little game. I thought, since the card is about the travel, write down in a comment what country you are watching from. However, do not write the name of the country, but just write down what your country is known for, like something famous or something which is recognizable for your country, your culture. And then the next person who will come to the comment section, they will try to guess what country you are coming from, and then they will write down the new comment with their own, like, hint for their own country or region, wherever you're coming from. I think it will be a nice play and fun, and even for me to check and see if I could guess what country you are watching my video from. So once I put the first rectangle, you could see it create this like a pillar, and then I am adding the smaller pillar. First I'm adding the middle one panels, the one which were 11 inches or 4-inch wide, and I'm starting from adding them from the back side. You can see I'm adding the adhesive to this little flap. I'm gluing it from the back, and I'm pressing with my bone folder just to make sure that the glue is catching nicely. And then I will fold it back, and I'm adding the adhesive to this little flap which is right next to the design paper. And once I will glue it, I am pressing very firmly, make sure that the glue will catch, and then I am just opening up and then turning to the other way around. If you unfold and fold your card to the left and right side couple of times, it helps the paper to move, so then it's folding nicer. And once I have the first 3 panels, I am adding the smallest one to the left side, one to the right side. Every single time I'm doing the same step. I'm adding a little piece of the glue to the back side, and then a little bit of the glue to the front flap, and I'm folding it and creasing it very firmly so the glue will catch. And you can see how easy it's looking. The card is just coming to the shape within a matter of few minutes. Once you cut and score all these panels, it's just easy peasy to put it all together. And the last panel, and once I glue the last panel, you will see why I said this card is like a pyramid, because it kind of reminds me the pyramid. I haven't seen anyone doing this card. However, if this card has been around and someone already made it and name it differently, please let me know, because I wasn't sure. I've just named it a pyramid card, but maybe it's well known under different name. So give me a shout if you're watching and you've seen it somewhere else as well. Now, you can see here how it's turned out, and this is the shape. I was saying that if you look to the card from the top or the bottom, it kind of reminds me this pyramid, like a stair one. So that's the name of the card. I'm adding the liquid adhesive to the back side, and then I will adhere this card base, which I was showing you at the beginning of the video. You not necessarily need to add the card base, like a full opening card base. You can just add the panel with the wishes. However, I think that adding the card base, it will give you this nice space not only to write the wishes but also to put some little pocket for the gift card. So if you're giving this card to someone, you can have this extra space for adding the money or a voucher or something like that. And now I'm using a couple of the elements, and these are all the digital prints which are coming from the Art Story. And for the focal point, I have this little chipboard, kind of like mandala shape frame, which is really nice, and I think it's helping for the focal point to stand out even more. What you can see here, I have a few flowers which I cut to the side, like one bit I've cut it off so I could have this straight line which I could then put right into the crease. So this way, once you look in on the composition, it's kind of, you look like it's coming off from this stair to the side, and then each level you have like a more depth to this floral composition. And what I'm doing here, you can also see that every time I glue a couple of the flowers, I am tilting the card upwards just so I could see for myself, because in many occasions, if we lay the card flat, I'm recording the video and I have card laying flat, I won't see exactly the same angle as you, and then I could put some flowers and I'm standing card upright and I could see like, oh no, there's like a little gap or something. So it's important, if your card is laying flat, tilt it up so you could have this better view for the card, how it should look like it, how it's gonna be looking when it's standing. And I have few extra elements like a camera and a couple of the boats. As I've mentioned, the idea for the card is for traveling, and there's this even like a world map in the center of the focal point. And then I have this little sentiment which says like be wild, which is encouraging for, you know, going on a wild adventure. By the way, if you could go for any adventure, where would that be? What is your place on your like go-to map, places to visit? I would love to know that as well. And then last step is basically to build up the composition. Like I'm trying to make sure it looks quite full and nice, and every few times I've added few pieces, I also fold the card flat just so I could see if I don't have too much bulkiness. You can of course dress it up with the bulky flowers as well, but I would recommend to put it up front rather than on the stairs, because then your card may not fold correctly. However, you can also dress this type of the card with bulky elements, and you know, don't keep it fold and just pack it in a greeting box or some gift bag. That would be a nice idea as well. Let me know for which occasion you would create card like that, and if you create your own version, please share it on our Facebook group, the link for which will be down in the description area. Thank you so much everyone for watching. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you're gonna pop into my channel shortly for another video inspiration. And if you do, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and get the notification bell so you're not gonna miss it. Once again, thank you for watching. I am wishing you all a fabulous day. Stay blessed and bye bye.